since the curse was cast. Everlight Kingdom, they're on a quest to save their ass. Journey with us as we tell you the tale. It goes down rough like a pure mountain nail. Everlight Kingdom, down at Everlight.
The sun begins to rise over the horizon and is slowly shrouded by dark storm clouds, an appropriate visual to accompany the dour situation for the Cursed Ones. Safe within the walls of Mid-Valley, they sleep restlessly at the Salty Lion, mentally preparing for the long and grueling trek across Everlight that awaits them. If they can safely travel to Gloria, Institute of Magics, there lies a parchment-thin chance of finding a gifted scholar capable of lifting their curse. As they awake in their cramped, mediocre room, they find a note left behind by Aiken Stone, the dwarven cleric, who plans to spend his dying days with his family in the half-city, and he has departed from Mid-Valley to get a head start. Before the gang can depart for Gloria, they need to stock up on provisions for the road. So surely this will be an uneventful shopping day with no remarkable events. Right?
You guys are in what is called the Salty Lion. It's a small tavern located in Mid-Valley, not in the fields outside of the town. This is in the town's walls. They're wrapping up funeral for their mayor at the moment. Their flag is at half-mast. They have candles lit underneath a wax painting of him. A large gathering of the townsfolk have begun to disperse, indicating the services are over. The weather is gloomy. There's a light mist about, and dark clouds hang overhead. You guys each individually wake up, maybe at differing times or all together.
I'll be out and about consoling townspeople.
I'm up since 6, apparently.
All right.
I rolled. So.
Okay.
This is 6.
Which it most sucked if you rolled like a 12.
I roll a d20 and then a d4 and then hours together for a 24-hour.
Gotcha.
I've been up since 1 a.m.
I was trying to locate a wagon, something we can make in travel in together that makes it easier on us.
Okay. Throughout going through the town, there's a general store, a armor, a weapon shop. There's also a magic item shop.
I want to go to the magic shop.
Okay.
I want to go with him.
Okay, sure thing. And then Mac, you're just out consoling townsfolk.
I'm like helping, move bodies.
right.
I spit on them. That's the good luck. And
Homemade holy water.
burying the dead, saying prayers over them.
So you've been helping to put the lost into their graves outside the city.
They're looking for no big dirty liars.
Of course, yeah. There's a small little patch of dirt outside the city that they've been placing the bodies into, and you're helping to kind of throw them in. A couple people will help you out. Like there's a half-orc who's helping you chuck things down in the pit. There's some heated debates going on around you, and there's people who are just mourning the losses and burying their face in their hands, crying their eyes out. You're almost through getting all the bodies. There's just 1 or 2 more.
Okay.
To go.
As I'm throwing these bodies in, I'm checking the pockets and shit.
Sure. Make an investigation check for me.
Dear God, it's not going to be good.
Are you doing it sneakily?
No, I mean, I got 3.
Okay. You find a used condom, and I mean like recently used. Like this dude was out at the festivals.
I shake it off and put it in my pocket.
Okay. So add a used condom to your inventory.
It'd be like a sheepskin, right? Because they don't have latex in this world. That could come in handy.
Oh fuck! This guy invented latex.
What the fuck is this?
Alright, so now we're gonna hop over to the magic shop with Francis, Pebbles, and Nightshade. You guys arrive at a pretty well-kept, small, one-story building. It's, the walls outside are painted white with a red roof. And outside there is a very elegantly designed sign that reads Genius in a Bottle. As you go inside, it's pretty dark in here. Many of the light sources are coming from the shelves of the various things that are bottled up in this store. However, at the far end of the area is a large desk that is a semicircle. And there is a very well, elegantly dressed half-orc standing there with his hair swabbed back with plenty of gel in it, enough to probably set him on fire near an open flame. Currently showcasing one of his items to another customer, and as you each walk in, he darts his eyes over to you and nods. He's clearly not letting the dour tone of the festival prevent him from, making a sale. Everything in this store is labeled in alphabetical order. It's kind of like, it has the same setup to a liquor shop where the shelves are alphabetized. Most of the more dangerous or more valuable things have been locked in a case behind the counter.
All right, I want to do a perception check and see what's around. It's a 17.
17? Okay. There are numerous types of potions on the shelves. There are plenty of tomes that read out spells. There's a few scrolls locked away in like these little cylindrical tubes. There's also, floating around the room, is this small little wisp, and it's kind of monitoring almost every corner of the store as if it's just keeping an eye out for any activity. It could be good, it could be bad activity. It's hard to tell if it's like a guard or like a salesperson, but it is just gliding around the room like Navi from Legend of Zelda, making these little like tingly noises. Hey, listen.
I want to ask the wisp if there's anything on sale.
So as the wisp kind of glides by, you try to get its attention and call out to it, but almost as if it doesn't even like hear you, it just continues to glide on past, making its rounds around the store. It's almost like it's in a pattern. Francis, Nightshade, what are you guys doing at this point?
I'm going to ask the store owner if there are any sales.
I want to ask the store owner what's in the can.
He sees that you're there, and he clearly starts to get a little nervous because he doesn't want to be rude to any potential customers. He is showcasing one of his items to the person he's currently with, and he then hands it over to them and holds up his fingers. And you see him mouth something like, "I'll be right back." And then he comes over to you and he goes, "Good morning, my lovely. What can we get for you today?"
What's in the cabinet?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. When you first walked in, I knew you were a high buyer. So, and he goes over and he pulls out a long stick like a teacher would use to point at a chalkboard, and he taps on the glass. And he points to a pair of glasses. He goes, "These, the eyes of charting." And he points to a small potion bottle on the bottom shelf. He goes, "This is a potion of greater healing. We've also got a less expensive version next to it," and he points to a smaller potion with the color matching. "However, if you're really looking to get into the nitty-gritty dangerous side of life, we do have," and he points at the very top, and there are two large potion vials, both in a strangely purplish color, not matching the reddish tone of the two potion bottles below. It says, "These are superior healing potions. These could probably cure a severed limb." Kind of walks over to the side of the cabinet and he pulls out a little set of keys. He takes one and he kneels down, sticks it into a drawer that's underneath the counter, opens it up and slides it out. He pulls out a collection of scrolls. One he shows to you has the words Searing Smite.
I want to ask him about the scroll.
Of course, why buy something when you don't actually know what it does? Let me get you out a demonstration. When you get a creature with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, your weapon basically lights on fire, and the attack deals an extra 1d6 of fire damage to the target and causes them to combust into flames.
Yeah, so essentially just adds extra damage to all of your attacks for
How much did that
pounds.
You have just a weapon, though.
I have a weapon.
Use your sight.
That would actually be pretty badass to use.
Yeah, I think with scrolls though, is there one-time use unless you can copy it into a spell book or something like that. When you use a scroll, it disappeared after you use it. You're a druid, you use just your arcane focus for all your casting.
But yeah, so you ask him how much it is, and he, I know it's going to a good home, so I'll trust you with it, and I'll give it to you for a fair price. Let's say 120 gold.
Well, let's see. That's not going to work.
You look like you can afford it.
I cannot.
We can do monthly payments.
I'll give you 25.
That I will tell you to get the fuck out.
What's your monthly payment price? And also, just curious, how do you enforce that monthly payment?
Oh, well, you'll read it all in the contract, I assure you. Sir, do you need help with anything? I mean, since she's already up here, if you have questions, I mean, let's tackle two birds with one
So are
stone.
those all the scrolls you have?
These are the most expensive scrolls that we have, yeah.
What other scrolls do you have? And then what tomes do you have?
While they're doing that, I'm sure the wisp has already passed me. What on potions are directly in front of me?
Roll a d20 for me.
19.
You find what is called the Potion of Climbing.
What else is there?
Roll another d20 for me.
13.
This is called the Potion of Growth.
Let's go both.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check for me.
18 plus 5.
Okay. You can add both of those to your inventory.
I'm just going to read now.
Okay, you just gotten out of the store?
Yep.
Okay, so as you walk out of the store, you hear a loud screeching sound, and the entire magic shop is encompassed in red, and the wisp immediately flies towards the door and chases you out, and the screeching noise follows you. The wisp, from going from this bright white color to a complete red one, starts circling around you aggressively and begins getting angrier.
Right now?
Yeah, she
The wisp was outside too.
as soon as one wisp leaves, another one does pop out.
Oh, no, pops up. Never mind.
Yeah. And I want you to roll a d20 for me.
But it didn't see me. I rolled a 20.
No, but it has this.
It's like a door, it's like a little tags that go close. It's first door. You walk through the sensor, but it's not cut off. Then it goes off.
So roll a d20 for me.
4.
That's inside. I can just throw them back inside the door.
Pebbles, you begin to watch the color of the wisp begin to change and its size and growth increase until finally flames begin expanding out of it, and it begins to morph, and the light begins to sort of take shape, if light can take shape, and eventually it transforms into this enormous bird-shaped creature with flames just exploding from within it. And it lands on the ground, and it just kind of like leans in at you and just screams angrily.
Didn't it talk?
No.
It can scream.
Is it a phoenix?
It's a phoenix, yes.
Can I do a sleight of hand still where it doesn't see that I have it still?
No. Because it doesn't know what you have, it just knows that you took something. Yeah, let's do his next.
Alright, so it's +5, so that'd be 18.
You weren't out far enough outside of the shop for it to be a huge distance, so as soon as this thing starts screeching at you and has you cornered, you gently pull the 2 potions out, turn your arms around, and then kind of lightly throw it back into the shop, and they land on the floor, make a little, and they kind of swivel and wobble around a little bit. They look like they're about to tip over, but they just manage to stay upright. We will hit.
They don't fall down.
The phoenix then slowly lowers its wings. The flames become a little bit cooler. Your eyes are met with a huge, bright flash of light. It turns back into a wisp and enters back into the store.
That was fun.
It would be hilarious if the random guy goes, "Oh, look, free potion." Takes it outside. Phoenix swims back. That's your problem now, buddy.
With that, is there any possible way I could make him, charm him to go to sleep?
You have the charm spell.
You got charm person.
Charm person doesn't make him go to sleep. It's a friendly towards you.
Yeah, it'll make him friendly towards you for it.
Which might give you, but it gives you advantage on any kind of charisma checks it makes, or persuasion, or if you're all lied or whatever, it gives you advantage on all that. It makes him like you. Now, when the spell ends, he's aware that you charmed him, and usually people get really pissed off.
But we'd be gone by then.
Oh, yeah, that's the idea. Just fucking leave.
Well,
I could charm him to let us all get some.
Now, if you had suggestion, that's a stronger spell, but you can just tell anybody to do pretty much anything that somehow hurt them, and they'll just follow your orders.
as the wisp goes back in, it goes up to the shopkeep who is looking over his catalog with you, and as it comes up next to him, he places his finger on it, kind of scratches it a bit. He goes, you gotta love good security.
Does that happen often? The crime is terrible in this town. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Well, that's the thing is...
I've been here 2 days.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The guards here suck. They don't do their job well, so that's why you gotta take magic into your own hands. I'm sure you understand.
Is that like an animal or something that you can...
It's sort of like a combination of a few different spells.
Yeah.
It's not an actual creature. It's almost like the alarm spell mixed with a familiar mixed with polymorph. It's kind of weird. It's like a mall security guard. It's not a real person.
Hey, Paul Lars a real one.
He gets done. I'll attempt to charm the shop owner.
Okay.
What's her spell save DC? Yeah, well, 12, so he's got to be a 12 on his wisdom save.
Yeah, okay. So, you,
Let me cast this for you.
so you're leaning on the counter, and you, with your hands, or your arms are crossed, one hand is dangling off the counter. With it, you cast a little sign with your fingers. Fades, after the wisp kind of goes back to accompany the other one to monitor the store. You see the tint in his eyes kind of change a little bit. He goes, I don't know what it is about you guys, but I really like the both of you. It's been a while since I felt like I had customers in this store I could connect with like I do the both of you. So, you know what? What do you say we add a 15% discount on that scroll you were asking for?
Did you ever see what other cheaper scrolls you have?
Can you asking for scrolls or tomes?
Scrolls, and I asked tomes too, but I asked scrolls first.
Okay, scrolls. Okay. Roll a d20 for me.
One. Okay. I'm glad I wasted one. So that's probably the minute to roll one on.
Yeah, exactly. It's one that doesn't have a fail state.
Right.
First scroll he pulls up is first level scroll for alarm.
He actually says get out like how much?
It is going to cost. He goes, for you, ordinarily it would be 25 gold, but for you, I'll let it go with it for a solid 20.
All right. I want to check 2 more real quick because I can. I roll.
By all means.
I got a 19 and a. I roll another one. I roll again.
Sure.
Like 19 and a 5.
Actually, you're in a 5.
Those 2.
First one, mage armor. The second one is a scroll for disguise self.
How much for all 3?
For all 3, I would be willing to part with it for 50 gold.
So,
All right.
Alarm, disguise self, and
Mage armor.
mage armor.
So he pulls out the scrolls, he takes out a little tool fastened to his belt, slides it into the slot on top of the scroll and takes it off, and he pulls it out of this metallic tube, and he hands you a scroll bound with a little string, and you can hear like a sort of mystical sound with each one he undoes, as if some sort of curse or effect on it has been removed once the gold has changed hands.
I don't have any scroll holders, do you?
Ordinarily a charge, but for some reason I just can't help it. You're really charming today. He then puts down on the counter just about 3 scroll holders exactly. They're all strapped together with one rope. So and it has a little strap on it to where you can just slide it over the mat.
So like the national treasure.
Yeah. Exactly that.
Okay, got it.
Nightshade, you were asking for poison? Poison, that's a pretty rough market, but I feel like I can make an exception for your friend. How does a vial of assassin's blood sound?
What does it do?
I'll tell you. It's a poison you ingest, and a creature subjected to it must make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. If they fail, they take 6 1d12 poison damage, and they are poisoned for 24 hours. On a successful save, they still take half damage.
Wait, is it?
But they are poisoned.
6d12 or the 6 plus d12?
It says, I think it's 6 plus d12, because it says 6 in parentheses 1d12, or it would just say 6 d12.
6 plus
d12, yeah. So
You label this if you get it, so we don't mix it up.
Label
Or someone you'll flat.
label it healing potion.
The poison
Put it in the
Cusco.
put it in the
Cusco poison.
Exactly, yeah.
The poison specifically picked out for Cusco.
Magic dick juice.
I'll let it go for 75 gold.
Can I get a bigger discount if you throw in one of the healing potions?
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
20.
20. Oh, absolutely.
That's it. Roll again for double advantage, because it's always funny if you ever.
Ever get that? You'll never get it, but fuck.
Nope.
3.
3.
That'd be great though.
Along with the potion, I don't know, but I'll let you walk out of here with the assassin's blood for 50.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. So he then opens up one of the drawers, and you hear him kind of fiddling around with a few glass bottles, and he pulls out a small one. It's got a thin neck, but it's really round and bulbous, like the shape of an apple at the bottom. He sets it down on the counter. He takes your gold. You again hear that noise, almost as if some sort of effect is being taken off of it. Thank you for your business, Miss.
Nightshade.
It's been an honor, Miss Nightshade. I hope we get to see you around sometime soon.
Can I ask him one question?
Of course.
How did you create the wisp?
Well, it's a trick a friend of mine taught me from way long ago. He learned it from Gloria, so it's a nifty little thing to have. I'll give you a piece of advice around here. In order to succeed in the world, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And with me, I just happen to know the right person and the right people to help me set up a successful magic shop.
Alrighty, thank you.
Well, I'm done here, so I'm gonna walk out.
The wisp plays a little jingle as you leave the shop. You can actually see out of the corner of your eye Mac just coming in to the city gates, and he is taking a long swig out of his horn.
Oh, great. We'll make my way towards him. I want to pull my familiar out of my little pocket lunch with them too, so my owl is just sitting on my shoulder like, wow.
I like the familiar, like I just took a long swig of it and then put it up and just...
Got a cool heart. Still warm, just the way I like it.
It sears your skin slightly.
My eyes are just bloodshot red from having pissed. Just nothing like putting bodies in the ground and drinking mountain ale.
Came out and she's like, I want to go in there and look. So I'm like, all right.
So I guess I'll just meet up with them.
But yeah, I forgot. Are you just sitting outside the door now?
Yeah, I was just chilling. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do next.
Is there anything else you guys need to do before we head off? Because I feel like we are dying.
We're all dying a little bit.
Yeah, I will
We're
say
dying a little fast.
I will say in addition to that, you guys are all feeling like a general like sense of wooziness. Your heads are kind of light. Your body is you've got like a slight fever. It is unusually warm. Well, we know why it is for you. You just pour searing hot piss on yourself.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty shitty fuck. I got a bead on supposed to be a farm somewhere close by that has horses and hopefully some kind of wagon or something. Just trying to make this trip easier on us.
I would like to say something. I can't go back in the magic shop. Nicholas can these two could charm the shopkeeper. Could somebody please go ask him if he gave the poison to the guy that breathing while everybody got poison.
Be me.
Yeah.
Can't be me. No, that's what it can't be y'all.
Quentin Tom?
Sure.
I just say screw we need.
Can I? Oh, you don't want to find out?
He's about to be on
What's
the
that
phone.
about? Well, hold on.
He might not.
I'm a lawman around these parts.
And this town ain't big enough for the both of us.
And this town ain't big enough for no magic shopkeeper.
What's wrong with magic?
Who wants to go in there and interrogate him?
I can't.
Well, no, vote. Do you want me to go in there and interrogate him?
I'd rather have ice cubes over here go than.
Well, they both go in there.
No murder. No more murder.
That sounds like something a murderer would say.
We don't have a whole lot of. I mean, hey, you know what? Go for it. I'm gonna get my bearings a little bit and figure out which direction we need to go.
All right, do I have any soldier buddies around?
No.
Just walk in there with
Just walk in there.
big dick energy.
Okay.
I'll go in there with him, I guess.
I'll go in there with
You
them.
don't get him.
So Mac and Lucian, the two of you enter into the magic shop. There are no customers currently, but there are the two wisps buzzing around. It looks like he's kind of has them as just sort of beefed up security since his last robbery, but he doesn't seem too incredibly concerned with it. Turn around.
Walk up to the counter.
How can I help you fine gentlemen today? And what a good day it is, even for a funeral.
I heard you were robbed earlier today, sir.
Yes, I was.
Could you describe perpetrators?
Well, I never saw the perpetrator, but my wisp made sure that the potions were returned to me.
What was stolen?
2 potions, one of climbing and one of growth.
What kind of a rope?
Don't mind my partner here. We're gonna have to take those 2 potions in as evidence. We just made this new technology. We can lift their fingerprints off of it and catch them.
I'm not that interested in catching the perpetrator. All that matters to me is my items are back, but you're free to do as you wish. Something tells me that you would be the kind of man I wouldn't want to cross. Speaking of which, I may have some potions that are able to help you get the, they'll be able to help you out for interrogations or for detecting people that you want to catch.
Okay.
So, for instance, and he starts, thumbing through his potion.
All right.
Roll a d20 for me.
The potion of ass kicking. Oh shit! This is an 8.
Points to a potion of clairvoyance. Ooh. And what it does is you create an invisible sensor within range of a location familiar to you. You sense it as if you were in its location, and as an action, you can switch between the 2 options. So instead, by drinking the potion, you can essentially transport your mind to a place that you've been before. Let's say 60 gold.
You got 60 gold. Don't forget to ask the question you came here to ask.
All right.
Also.
We'll let a light on funds now.
Mm-hmm. You looking for a job?
Well, this is my job.
Right, my
I'm working with the town's guard. Which you might be able to bill the guards. We could work something out here.
On the town's tab.
If you can get someone to vouch for you that you actually are with the guard, I'd be willing to give you a discount.
He's not with the guard.
He doesn't know that.
Well, I've been helping the guards all day. Didn't you see me putting bodies in the ground?
I've been in my shop all day.
Alright, fuck you, dude. How about
Whoa. I just feel like a charm spell wore off for some reason. I don't know why.
Anyway, how about a nice trade? Trade you 2 hand axes, the skin of my very best mount nail. What?
Ask him the question before you piss him off more.
I'll raise you a more fair trade, because I can tell this is something you want. If you give me 60 gold, I will give you the potion. I mean, it sounds pretty fair. Well,
alright, I'll have to think on that. But I just remembered. You don't have to sell poison, do you?
what kind of poison are you looking for?
Well, the kind that turns everybody into fucking zombies.
Oh, you're talking about the festival yesterday. Yeah, horrible thing. I asked them if they would let me take a look at some of the bodies who were affected so I could kind of look at the curse firsthand to kind of get more of an understanding of what was going on, just to see if there was anything I knew, but they haven't let me near them today.
I can help you with that. I can actually get you right up on them.
Can you?
Yes.
Okay.
In exchange for the cure, if you find one, and your cheapest potion.
Well, I don't know if I'll have a cure for it. I suppose it's worth looking at.
What do you want me to exchange it for? for? It's the most expensive one?
The thing you were just trying to get.
Oh, what? The poison?
No.
What? Oh, yeah, the potion of clairvoyance. That seems kind of lame, though. I don't want that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop helping.
We work on that in exchange for thing. We want the cure if you find it, because, you know, we need to cure everybody in town, right?
Is there anybody in town left that was effective? I heard
Yeah,
the only
a bunch.
I heard the only remaining ones were leaving town today.
Well, they'll be back.
Well, in that case, if you're so sure they'll be back, instead of digging up a corpse and bringing it to my shop, how about you find somebody who is still alive who's affected by the curse, you bring them to me, I can do, not necessarily an autopsy, but I can check some...
Lucy, say something.
I can do some experimentation and see if there's anything I can figure out.
Well, actually, it so happens to be, I brought one with me now.
No.
We were just working on interrogating him. We think he has something to do with it.
His head slowly, you can hear wood creaking as his head slowly turns to you.
I put on the gloves. All right, Lucian, bend over.
You gotta reach in and look at that curse.
You had the curse. How on earth are you still living?
Mountain biz. I mean,
Because
What?
I'll build different, bro.
So, what are we talking about?
you're examining my associate here so you can help us with a cure.
At this point, you've gotten the answer that you're looking for. He doesn't know we solved the potion.
Do you want to let him examine your mark, or do you want to... No. Okay.
It's just
Also
on your
have
hand.
one.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's gonna do to it. Well, that's all the time we have today. We're gonna...
It's on our hand. It doesn't work.
We both have
Mark. The mark from the curse is on all of our hands.
Okay, gentlemen.
yes, my name is Matt. I'm the Tattletale Strangler.
Oh, that's
Like
you. I've heard of you.
Better watch out.
I'm a big fan of your work, actually. In fact, here. He reaches under the counter and he takes a little empty glass potion vial. So with his the shop's name on the logo on it, and he sets it down. He goes, "Take a free potion vial in the house." Just a flask, basically.
Does it look like the
And here you go. I'm gonna hand in my condom skin thingy. Mountain ale.
Oh, I can't accept this unless you've. I don't want to intrude.
It's salted super.
You just gonna, decline our country's most prized possession.
I suppose not.
Yeah, that's right.
Alex, does that vial look like the one you just took a whole swig out of?
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's
The
right.
vial of
That's right.
That was it.
You got this, yeah, that's right.
The cursed
that's right.
vial that you drunk, that we drunk the.
Yeah, I know.
Is it the same vial? Does it look like the same vial you drink?
Oh yes. Does it look like the same vial?
It's you're asking yourself that question.
You hand it to him, and you see him wave a couple fingers trying to be, discreet. Thank you. And he hands it back to you. And as you look into it, it looks like he cast purified food and drink on it.
Okay.
And turned it basically just into water.
I'm gonna throw it at his face. On behalf of the town guard, you're under arrest. Reach across the table and grab him after I call it at him.
Okay. So roll the
Lucian, get the guards!
Make an attack roll.
20.
20. Okay, so you grab him by the collar, and the entire room turns red, and that screeching begins emitting once more.
Molly.
I drag him outside. What are you gonna do? I told you to go get the fucking guards.
The door's closed to us.
So the two of you are kind of straining against each other. Now, Jordan, roll a d20 for me.
He's opening up that pack.
Fuck, say, what have he done?
Damn, so if someone just robs him, does he, deal with them on his own?
He
No.
has the wisp that can turn into anything.
Speaking of which, you rolled a 3. So one of them lands on the ground, and again they begin to change shape, and they begin to turn into what looks like an enormous ant, except with fur covering them. And the top of their head turns into almost a basilisk serpent-like creature, and it just starts screeching and throwing its neck around angrily. And now Alex, roll a d20 for me. 8. That's about right for an 8.
It's a lich.
The other one, as its shape turned, its color begins to emit one that's like a dark red, and wings begin to extend from behind it, and it waves out its arms, and its head turns into that of a goat with long horns projecting from outside of it, pointing down and then at you. These two creatures are now circling you in the shop, and they've got their eyes locked straight on you.
What happens if this guy breaks the law? Do they just let him do whatever? Because everyone's gonna. Yes, the law.
I think at this point, you just broke the law.
Yeah, so...
Because you're not even at guard.
Alright, so with these two creatures circling around you guys, what do you do?
Nope, sorry.
Okay. You let him go, and he stumbles back, and he kind of straightens up his shirt. They walk behind him and kind of stare at you from behind him, and he goes, well, I think it'd be best if you gentlemen made yourselves scarce. And if you hurry, leave for the next few minutes, I won't call the actual guards. He goes back to the ledger that he was writing your names in, and you can see him make a circular motion.
Did you guys learn anything?
So he has no idea what's going on. Yeah, we had some issues. He attacked us for no reason.
Yep.
And,
Is that a lie?
well, it's not a full truth.
Do we see the
Did
light?
he actually attack you?
He didn't attack you at any point.
That's a lie, my friend.
Because don't we see the light still coming, emitting from behind the door when they open it?
Yeah,
Yes, you do,
Still
actually.
alarm?
Yeah.
It's all red in there.
You're right, that was a lie. Punch me in the face.
I don't care if you lie. Yeah, I don't give a shit if you lie.
Almost touch you in the face.
Yeah, punch me in the
think,
face.
Alright, so roll damage.
Not a lot.
4, okay, you take
Yeah,
4
4.
points of bludgeoning damage. Okay, so with that out of the way,
I vote we go.
Same. I'm on
Yeah,
that.
what's
I'm on
that?
that vote,
How do you
yeah.
feel now?
I feel better.
You've been listening to Everlight Kingdom. Game mastered by JT Fondren. Music by Travis Savoy. Theme song by Adam Blotner. Sound effects and atmosphere from Sirinscape. Special thanks to our amazing players. And a big thank you to our listeners for joining us on this adventure. Don't forget to subscribe to Everlight Kingdom and leave us a review. And check out altaloom.com for more RPG podcasts and stories.
Altaloom.com. Adventures too big for the table.